Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears, live an amazing life, and I'm going to supply the tools for you to manifest anything. Go to landriaonkka.com and you can find all kinds of ways to keep on track, to learn, to practice, to stay on track, to manifest anything and break through those fears. That's all that's stopping you, and today I'm going to tell you how to get exactly what you want. How do you get what you desire? There is a very important step to this. Now, it's going to be probably obvious to you, but I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to give you examples of how it works and why it doesn't work for most people. And if you do this one thing, I guarantee you it has to come into your existence. But most people will not do this. What is it? We know that we have to be clear on what we desire, or something better, okay? So we know that when we state what we desire, that we know it is done. And we believe that, all right? We're not begging and, we just say, here's what I desire or better, and I know it is done. And then you relax, because if you know it's done, you would be relaxed, right? But most people aren't. But that's not what we're going to talk about right now. What most people do not do along the journey from what they desire to when it shows up is they don't stick with it. Unshakable faith. They don't have unshakable faith. To get what you desire, you must know it is done. That means no matter what happens along the way, you never lose faith in that. And I'll give you an example. When, as you guys probably know, I was an investment banker for 25 years and decided to go get internet training. You guys, I'll put it up here. There's a free workshop for information. Got trained on the internet to create online businesses because I wanted to get out of the financial industry. It was like, not good. It wasn't good. I wanted to change my life and went after my dreams. I knew I'd be okay. No matter what, even though I didn't really have much of a plan, I knew that something else was going to come along, and sure enough, I saw an ad, I signed up, I created online businesses, but what I really wanted to do was to be a writer. I wanted to create. So, as you also may know, I wrote a book called The Rooftop Christmas Tree. It's a television movie. It gets shown all over the world every year. In fact, I think all year round you can find it. And I wrote this first novel I ever had, which most people, they're lucky if they can get it published, much less made into a movie, but I didn't question it. I knew it was going to be a movie. I wrote it that way. I thought this would be a great television movie, and the whole time I wrote it, I saw the movie in my head, and I actually saw the screen with my name on it in the beginning of the movie. And if you ever seen it, here's my name really big in the beginning, written by, based on the novel by Landria Onkka. And so I saw this. I knew it was a probability, and I never questioned it. When I wrote it and I submitted it and it got accepted, I then was given a couple phone calls that a couple producers saw it and said no. But the third producer said yes. And so I was not surprised. Did I question that, nobody ever gets a movie deal with their first book, if ever, right? If ever. And, and that it won awards too, by the way, Hollywood Book Fest. It won awards, and it was a bestseller with my publisher. Nobody gets that. I never said that. I said, why not? Why not me? I put in 100%. I didn't just sit there and meditate and go, okay, it's going to happen. I put 100% in that book. I was up all night, every night, writing that thing. All right, so I did the action. I expanded. I took the action. I knew it was done. I knew it was done. Now here's the critical part, and this is what this whole video is about. No matter what happens between when you desire it or something better and you're clear on it, and when that happens, when it finally comes through for you, you never question that it is done, because what happens is people say, oh, a producer said no, it's not going to happen. Oh, a second producer said no, it's not going to happen. And then producer 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 says no, because you're already thinking it's not going to happen. So then you start to switch your manifesting focus, your quantum physics, your law of attraction focus is now on it's not going to happen. This is why the majority of people never manifest what they desire. They get all worked up, they believe it, they know it, and then they question it as soon as things don't go the way they want. That's the job I wanted. No, you wanted a perfect job or better, and so that's not your job. I'll give you a second example that happened not too long ago. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I moved. Well, I've lived in that area of Atlanta for the entire time I've lived here, which is 20 years. And it's an amazing part of town, but I had something in mind that I desired, all right? I had something really cool in mind. Now, I was drawn to look in an area of town that I knew nothing about and had never actually been to. I'd never been in the neighborhood here. I don't know why. I didn't know anybody here. So what happened is I created in my mind the perfect place for me. Super high ceilings, big open floor plan, big windows. I didn't have an open floor plan in the other house because it was old, so it had a bunch of rooms instead of more of a modern look. I wanted a working, beautiful fireplace. I wanted to be in an area of town where I could walk to everything. I wanted yoga, meditation, close by, parks, and restaurants. I never wanted to get in my car if I didn't have to. Well, I see these places open up, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to this part of town I've never been to. So that's number one. I went outside of my comfort zone. I never planned to be here, never heard of it. But for some reason, I saw these places available in this area, and I decided to go explore it. You know, I asked a couple friends, what do you think of this? And they said, yeah, it's a great area of town. It's amazing. All right, so I did my research, I did my work, and I stepped outside my comfort zone because the universe was sending me here for whatever reason. I was seeing these places in this area. So what did I do? I went and saw the first place. It was amazing. I got a little, should I do this? I don't know anything about this area of town. Went out to dinner with my friend. I said, okay, I'm going to take it. So I called up the gal and said, I'm going to take the place. She said, an offer came in before yours. Somebody who had seen it before me. Okay, there it goes. Wow, what's that? I didn't go, oh, my manifesting desire didn't come true. It doesn't work. Oh, it's not going to happen. No. It's, by the way, very desirable area of town, so it's tough to get a decent place here. So next day I went and saw a house and went, oh, thank goodness. Okay, this is even bigger. It's really cool. But there are a couple things that I wasn't too crazy about, and I was like, okay, it seems perfect, but I don't know what it was, but I realized I'm not going to find anything like this again. So thought about it, got a hold of the guy, and tried to contact him, left several messages. He never got back to me. Okay. I didn't wait around. I went and looked at a third place that came on the market within minutes. I called him, made an appointment, went as first person to see it, had my checkbook, super high ceilings, open floor plan, huge windows, working fireplace, way more than even I expected in here. I mean, or better, even a garage, which nobody has in Atlanta in these older homes. And then, guess what was a block from here? A coffee shop, a yoga studio, and a meditation studio, and about 5 parks. Restaurants everywhere. I don't ever have to get in my car if I don't want to. I wrote the check, and if I had gotten those first, one of the other ones didn't light a candle to this place. I didn't question it. I knew that, well, that's not my place, even though I really want this, right? No. I never stopped knowing that it was happening. So the universe was saying, or better, there's something better, there's something better. And so it made sure that it pushed me to something better. I never quit. Now, if I'd have said, it's not going to happen, what's happening is then it's saying, okay, it's not going to happen. So you look at the 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th property and you don't get those, or they're not right, because you're already saying it's not going to happen. That's the turning point of you manifesting what you desire and not getting what you want, right? Because we question it. Or, oh, it didn't happen when I need it to in my timeline. You can't do that. Because if you desire something and it's not incongruent with the timeline of the universe, because there may be other things that have to come into play, It has to be, you know, that person. But what if that person lives in another country and it's going to take a few months before they move to your city, right? You have to let that go and know that it is done. Never question it, because as soon as you question it, the universe goes, all right, you don't really believe in it. So then it's like, okay, it's not going to happen, because you're thinking, oh, it's not going to happen. It doesn't work. Manifesting doesn't work. Yeah, it did. You just manifested exactly what you were thinking. Oh, it's not going to work. So you have to be steadfast. You can't be all over the board. Yes, yes, I believe it. Oh, this feels so right. And it does. And it's starting to manifest. And then, oh, I didn't get my movie deal. You know. Listen, if I'd have questioned it, it probably would have been producer 100, 101, 102. Probably would have kept going, or never happened, because I would have said, oh, this is impossible. It'll never happen. All right, if you guys know, back when I was in college, I went back to college later. Those of you who abide by the matrix rules, I didn't. I lived in other places. I had a whole bunch of different jobs. And then when I went back to college in my early 20s, I applied for a scholarship on Capitol Hill as a writer for a congressman. And so I was told that all of the positions were closed because I applied too late. I found out about it too late. But I applied anyways. Why? Because anything is possible. About a month later, I got a phone call from Washington, D.C. Are you still available for the position? Yes. Well, we had a Harvard law student who wanted another opening, and that became available for him. The universe did that for me. He went to the other position. The position I wanted opened up. They called me and they said, if you can get here in a week, it's yours. And I said, I'm going to pack up my car and drive down to Washington, D.C. And that's what I did. Impossible? No. I applied anyways, because anything is possible. And I didn't question it. And if it didn't come through, I was going to be okay with that. I knew that something else would have come that would have taken me to that or better. This is my key to success in manifesting. And whenever I go into that mode of, oh my gosh, you know, this isn't happening, I have to snap out of it, right? Boom. Snap out of it. What am I manifesting? Did I just question that? All things are possible. I'm unlimited. The source energy is me. It is unlimited. It has no barriers. And we are allowed to manifest what we desire. So if I'm questioning it, that's what I'm manifesting. It's time for you to be steadfast and never go off that pathway of knowing it is done. No matter what happens along the way, you cannot question it if you desire to manifest it. That's not knowing it is done. That's you saying, oh, it didn't work the way I wanted to, and that's the ego trying to control everything. Does this make sense? This is going to be the toughest thing you have to do, is when things just don't work out, that ex of yours doesn't call back because they're done with you and you can't accept it. And you want to manipulate things instead of saying the best relationship's going to come to me. And when you do that, somebody that blows them away, you're going like, Bob who? Sally who? Sorry if that's your name. I've got, you know, whatever, you know, and then this person is like 10 times better than that person that you were, I have to have them back, trying to infringe on somebody's free will. That's really egotistical. You don't love somebody if you're trying to get them back and that's not what they want. That's just you not accepting exactly how the universe works and what's best for that person. If you love them, you'll want them to go find the perfect person. And guess what? It's probably not you. And they are not yours. Who wants to be with somebody that doesn't want you? So this is what we do. We want to force things that are not right for us. We want to force things because we think we know best, and that's the ego. Let go and let God. Right? Let go and let God. I hope this made sense for you, and try it. And then when things don't happen, you go, oh, go, catch yourself. Whoa, what am I manifesting? I just questioned the source. Oops. Of which I am an expression of which I am that power. You're whole. and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Check out my internet marketing. This is a free workshop to see if this is something you want to learn and get some skills so that you can start to do some different things with your life. Then go into a damn office from 9 to 9, right? Bang your head against the wall and say, how did I get into this? You are in control of everything in your life. And all those changes have to come from you because you're the director of your reality. Go down below and you'll see links to LandriaOnkka.com. If you use the code Inspiration with Landria, you can take Breakthrough Fear, my course that really works with you for 6 weeks. Inspiration with Landria, the code gives you 25% off, but better than that, I let you use it. I allow you to use it unlimited for a year if you use that code, all right? You're amazing. You create your reality. You're not limited unless you think so. Blessings, light, and love to you, my friend. Namaste.